Water burial. Laena Velaryon's funeral brings the entire royal family to Driftmark. The sky is gray, the wind is sharp, and the sound of waves hitting the rocks never stops. The coffin made of stone rests on a platform above the sea. Laena's loved ones stand together, but no one looks truly connected. Everyone is carrying their own grief, their own secrets, their own anger. Aemond Targaryen gives the eulogy in High Valyrian. His words sound respectful on the surface, but the meaning behind them is pointed and bitter. He talks about the importance of pure Velaryon blood and glances directly at Rhaenyra's children, who look nothing like Laenor or any Velaryon ever born. His message is clear, and everyone hears it. Daemon, Laena's husband, stands at the edge of the group. He looks hollow and tired, but when Vaemond makes his little insult, Daemon quietly laughs. It is the only sound that breaks the tension. Moments later, Laena's stone coffin is pushed off the platform and drops into the water, sinking to rest beside the ancestors of House Velaryon. The funeral ends, but the unease continues. Bitter silence. After the funeral, the guests move to a courtyard overlooking the dark sea. No music plays. No one is smiling. People whisper or stare at the ground. The air feels heavy, like everyone is waiting for something to break. Rhaenyra and Alicent are forced back together in the same space after years of growing apart. Their children stand near them, but avoid each other. Jace and Luke, Rhaenyra's boys, understand more than people think. Jace knows Harwin Strong was his real father. Luke knows something is wrong, even if he doesn't have the full picture. Both boys feel out of place among the Velaryons. Corlys speaks gently to Luke, telling him that one day he will inherit Driftmark. Luke becomes teary. He doesn't want titles. He doesn't want the pressure. If he inherits Driftmark, it means that everyone is dead. He is crushed by this weight. Laenor, shattered by the loss of his sister, stands alone in the waves as if trying to reach her. Corlys orders Quarrel to pull him out before he embarrasses himself further. Even grief becomes political here. Across the courtyard, Aegon drinks cup after cup of wine and makes the serving girls uncomfortable. Helena plays with a spider and mutters strange prophecies about green and black threads. Aemond watches everyone like he is studying a battlefield. No one talks directly. No one apologizes. No one dares to be honest. The whole gathering feels poisoned by the secrets everyone already knows, but refuses to say aloud. Planned legacy. As night approaches, the tension becomes more visible. Viserys tries to speak kindly to Daemon. He still loves his brother, even after years of chaos. He invites him home again. Daemon refuses with cold politeness. His home is Pentos now. His life is elsewhere. He walks away, leaving Viserys looking older and more defeated than ever. Ironically, the Hightower side quietly celebrates without showing it. Larys Strong has killed his own father and brother, giving Alicent back her power and inheriting Harrenhal for himself. Otto Hightower has returned as Hand of the King. Alicent tries to act disturbed by Larys's help, but the truth is simple. She now holds more influence than she has in years. Rhaenyra watches all of this and understands the danger forming around her family. Rhaenys and Corlys speak privately by the fire. Rhaenys blames the gods, blames fate, blames their ambition. Corlys insists legacy is everything. Names outlive blood. He says it calmly, but Rhaenys hears the truth behind it. He values the Velaryon legacy more than the actual Velaryons. The castle grows darker, and the walls seem to carry the weight of old grudges. Regretful past. Rhaenyra wanders to the beach later that night. The sea glows with moonlight. Daemon joins her. They stand together for the first time in 10 years, without anger or distance between them. Grief softens both of them. They talk honestly. She admits her marriage with Laenor was for duty. She also admits she had wanted Daemon years ago, but he left her. Daemon says he left because she was a child, and he didn't want to ruin her life. She tells him her life became a mess without him anyway. Both laugh bitterly. They confess their regrets, their mistakes, their loneliness. Rhaenyra says she envies that Daemon is allowed to mourn Laena openly, while she must pretend Harwin Strong meant nothing to her. Daemon listens without judging. Something old and familiar sparks between them. Rhaenyra tells him softly that she is no longer a child. She moves closer. The waves crash against the rocks as the two of them finally give in to the desire they had tried to ignore for years. They do the deed under the broken hull of an old boat, hidden in the shadows of the night. Driftmark holds many ghosts, and now it holds another secret. A dragon claimed. Not far away, young Aemond moves alone across the beach. He sees the giant shape of Vhagar sleeping in the dunes. The dragon is ancient, enormous, and grieving the loss of her rider. Aemond approaches slowly. It is reckless, it is brave, it is foolish, and it changes everything. Vhagar opens her huge eyes. Smoke curls from her nostrils. Aemond does not run. He speaks to her in High Valyrian, trying to claim what others believe belongs to Laena's daughters. For a moment, it seems Vhagar will burn him alive. Then something shifts. Maybe she senses his blood. Maybe she senses his fearlessness. Maybe she simply chooses him. She lowers herself. Aemond climbs her saddle with shaking hands. When she takes flight, he screams not in fear, but in wild joy. The night sky shakes as the largest living dragon rises with a new rider. Aemond returns feeling like a different person, stronger, braver, unstoppable. But this victory will ignite a fire none of them can put out. The price paid. Baela and Rhaena notice Vhagar is missing and rush to find her. They catch Aemond returning from his flight. Rhaena demands answers. Aemond mocks her, saying she should have claimed Vhagar sooner and that her dead mother no longer needs the dragon. The insult sparks a fight. Baela hits him. Jace and Luke join in. Aemond is stronger and grabs Luke by the throat, calling them bastards. In the struggle, sand blinds Aemond. Luke pulls a dagger and slashes his face. Aemond's scream echoes across the beach. When the Kingsguard arrives, his left eye is gone. Aemond has gained a dragon by closing an eye. Helena's prophecy came true after all. Fun with family. The families gather in the Hall of Nine. Everyone is tense and furious. Alicent demands justice for Aemond's lost eye. She wants one of Rhaenyra's sons to lose an eye in return. Viserys refuses. Criston refuses. But Alicent cannot let it go. She grabs Viserys' dagger and lunges at Luke. Rhaenyra blocks her, and years of anger explode between them. In the struggle, Alicent cuts Rhaenyra's arm. The hall falls silent. Aemond, no longer bleeding heavily, steps forward and says calmly, "Do not mourn me, mother. I lost an eye, but gained a dragon." With that, the court realizes things will never be the same again. Esso's calling. Laenor returns to Rhaenyra, ashamed he could not protect her. He promises to be better, but Rhaenyra knows he cannot survive the storm ahead. She speaks with Daemon. They need each other, but they cannot marry unless Laenor dies. So they create another way. Daemon arranges a staged fight. A body is burned beyond recognition. Everyone believes Laenor is dead. Rhaenys collapses in grief. Corlys is broken. But Laenor lives. With his head shaved and his identity erased, he escapes across the sea with Qarl. Freed from the marriage, Rhaenyra and Daemon wed in a quiet Valyrian ceremony on the beach. Their new union marks the beginning of a darker future. Analysis. The MVP of this episode is Aemond Targaryen. Hands down, there's no debating this. This little guy, still bitter from the pig prank, sacks up and claims Vhagar the oldest and biggest dragon. It was great to see that at least one of Alicent's children is competent. Aemond was insecure that he did not have a dragon. Jealousy and bitterness shaped him in the previous episode. He tried to claim Dreamfire, but was chased off. He claimed Vhagar through unflinching determination. The dragon looked like she was going to reject him, but relented in the end. Aemond goes for a joyride, and when he's done, he is met by the other children. Here we see his cruel side, insulting Daemon's daughters and calling his nephews bastards. Their little squabble turns lethal when Luke slashes him with a dagger. Aemond closed an eye and gained a dragon. Not just any dragon, he claimed Vhagar. And Aemond is okay with this trade. This cold and calculated rationalization is terrifying. He only gets more lethal as he gets older. This bold move fortifies the Green faction. Even Otto Hightower acknowledges this to Alicent. This was a huge W for their side. A little bit of trivia about Aemond: in the book he loses his right eye, while in the show he loses his left. Daemon was also a contender for MVP. He was close, but Aemond took it, so he is second place. Daemon was ever present in this episode, from the funeral to the walk on the beach with Rhaenyra. They talked and sealed the deal, if you know what I mean. They came up with a plan on how to get married. They faked Laenor's death, who fled with Sir Qarl to Essos for a never-ending party. Like all Daemon scenes, every single one was awesome. I liked them all, but this was Aemond's episode. A big difference from the book is that Daemon is actually suspected of Laenor's death. There is no secret escape for Laenor and his special friend. The show changed Daemon, and it makes him weaker from his book counterpart. He is softer that he let Laenor go. It's a small change, but it kind of breaks lore. The big question is, how does this affect the dragon lore? A dragon can only have a mount at a time. Another rider cannot claim and mount it while the previous rider is alive. How does this work with Sea Smoke, Laenor's forsaken dragon? It breaks the lore that was created in the books. This was a bad creative decision. Laenor is selfish in this episode. He abandons his parents, who already lost a daughter, his nieces who lost a mother, his responsibilities, and most of all, his dragon. He is just spoiled. I don't know if we are going to see him again, but they should have just followed the book on this one. What's going to happen when he runs out of money? Is he going to crawl back to Driftmark? How will his parents react? His dragon? Will Daemon actually really kill him if he does? Laenor just piecing out is selfish, but also very cruel to everyone he left behind. That's all for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe,